Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking some photos from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now you might be thinking, these are underwater photos? Yes, they are. It is an experience, let me tell you. So I'm going to be scrapbooking these two photos, and I have some pretty cool products. I have the Underwater Friends paper collection. I have the Summertime stamp. I also have Underwater Friends stamps. The Groovy, I can't remember the name exactly of the stencil, and then of course some Chroma Mists. So let's see what I can do. All right, so I'm going to start out by using my stamp positioner tool, and I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to get my stamped images on my little scraps of white cardstock that I have. So these are just scraps from other projects that I've had, and I'm just going to pop my stamps on there. And the beauty of using the stamp positioner tool is that you can restamp until you get a nice crisp black image. Now you did see me go ahead and re-ink my ink pad, and I did not let it sit. I did not let it soak in. Normally I would put the ink on it and let it sit and soak in for a good little bit. But you know what? I was in the middle of creating and I needed it to happen. So I just went ahead and kept on stamping. Now I am using my Chroma Mists to go ahead and paint in my images. Now I really enjoy a nice, deep, dark Chroma Misted painted in image. I like it to be just dark. So as you can see, I am going to go over this a couple times just to make sure that I get that nice darker color. Now you could keep going over this and get an even darker color, but I was happy with what I have going on. Now that towel right there is just a white towel. Oh, well, it was white at one time, I promise. And I'm being lazy with cleaning off my brush. So one of the things I do when I'm being lazy is take that brush, sit it on the white towel, and just spritz water over it until my brush runs clean. Like I said, lazy. I am mixing some of my Chroma Mist colors together to get more Chroma Mist colors because I want a variety of greens down here in my seaweed. So I'm just using a little acrylic block to go ahead and do that. So that is the beautiful thing about the Chroma Mists, is they are mixable, so you can keep on making more and more colors, which I find super fun. I am using a thin brush because of the tiny little spaces that I am getting into. And using an acrylic block to mix your Chroma Mists, super easy. It's really handy. I have a paint palette. I have multiple paint palettes, but the Chroma Mists work great on a acrylic block, and my acrylic block was right here. I didn't even have to get up for my paint palette. So laziness is sometimes how we make our scrapbooking choices. I mean, I don't think I'm the, excuse me, I don't think I'm the only one that does that, or at least I hope not. Now, I'm also going to use some different Chroma Mist colors to mix up colors for the mermaid's hair. So this one's kind of has an auburn look to her. And then again, because I like the darkness of a nice excuse me, consistent Chroma Mist color, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is dark and do multiple layers. So if you guys have heard any of my recent videos, you know that I was quite sick, so I'm kind of over it for the most part, but it is lingering a little bit, so I've got a little bit of a cough. I had a sinus infection and double ear infection, so not fun. So sorry about the cough sometimes. So I go ahead and decorate this little girl's hair and also her earrings, which I think is important, right? Like if you're going to be a mermaid, you got to accessorize. So then I mixed up a little bit more color here, and then went ahead and colored her in. So now I am doing the starfish and the little coral and things on them. And then that is going to do it for that. So now we're going to pull in my photos. So these photos are from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Hollywood Studios. And it is an underwater scene, which you might be thinking, what? You just said railway and now you're underwater. Yes, I did. And that's okay. So now I'm going to take the stamps and I'm going to just use an acrylic block. And I drew a pencil line so that I could get these stamps in a straight line. And then I'm going to go ahead and erase that pencil line. Now, I can't find my favorite white eraser, so I'm using this one. I don't know what in the world happened to it. It's disappeared. I've had a couple things disappear on me lately, and I'm really flummoxed because I've redone my room. Like, I've touched everything and I'm still missing the thing, so who knows. So I went ahead and tore the edge of where I stamped and put just a 12 by 12 scrap of paper right there. And that is so I don't have any join lines from a 6 by 6. And I also am going to fussy cut my 6 by 6 paper pad. So that's what I wanted to do with that. So I'm going to fussy cut out all of the plants and the mermaids. Now, Bruce Monroe does this great thing where they have coordinating dies for the stamp sets. I don't have the die, or I would be using my dies to cut these bad boys out. So, yeah. Now I'm also going to use the stencil from last month. I think it's great. It reminds me a little bit of a fishnet. So I think it is perfect to just give a little bit of extra color to my white cardstock background. So I'm now going to use these tabbed pop foams, and I'm going to pop foam my little painted, whatever these are, my little painted mermaids and plants, and get those down. And then I'm also going to use this other stamp set, and now this is a super fun stamp set. So the Summer is a 3-layered piece. It's really awesome, you guys. Now I am going to put some tape down where the little markers land on the paper because I don't want to fussy cut the word summer out. So I put those down, and then I put my color down, and then there is a black outline, and then I do a gray shadow. And I just love the way that this turns out. I also did a Hello Summer card where summer was in rainbows all the way down like that. And I love it. I think it's gorgeous. So in the mermaid stamp set, the underwater friend stamp set, it says, "Oh crab, I forgot." So then I stamped that down and also added a couple of tiny letter stickers. So it says, "Oh crab, I forgot it is summer," which it's kind of crazy because I thought that was kind of funny and a little bit creative, if I can pat myself on the back a little bit, for it to be Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway underwater and a railway. Like, whatever. I thought it was super fine. Like, I was impressed with myself. And if you can impress yourself scrapbooking, like, you're winning, right? So this is the Underwater Friends paper pack, and I love this paper, this swirly kind of wavy type paper. It's got creamy waves on it, yellow waves, blue waves, and I decided that I was going to fussy cut out these waves, and I was going to use them as more layers of embellishment. So I am just thoroughly happy with how this turned out, because I just keep fussy cutting out the waves and layering them up, and I am in love with it. Love it. I cannot express to you how much I love this paper. And fussy cutting it just makes my little heart happy. So think of other fun things you can do with your paper pads. Like, your paper pads and your paper packs don't just have to be squares of paper. Like, right? Like, fussy cut them out. You can do so many fun things. And that is one of the fun things I did here. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notifications. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.